I now introduce Keenan MacNeal of the negative team, who will speak for no more than 5 minutes. Six.
That's right.
Okay, just want to make sure that this thing is not blaringly loud. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you're all very tired. It's been a long day. But this is going to be the final round, so don't worry, we're going to try to make it really quick. I stand before you today as the first speaker of the negative team, strongly detracting from the most pertinent of issues, and that issue is, of course, as you have already heard, be it resolved that internet companies should boycott China until it agrees to give its citizens unrestricted access to the web. Now, my opponent's arguments are much like Swiss cheese. They're full of holes. Yeah, I know it's cliche, we've used it a lot, but a whole bunch of grade 7s asked me to use that. And I would like to point out a couple of those holes to the judges and to the audience. Their 3 pillars were, number 1, that there are human rights violations in China. Their second was that companies have the power to change this and create a better China. And their third is that boycotting is the solution. Or boycotting is not the solution. I couldn't quite hear the phrasing there, so I'm not even going to touch on that one. Now, Demo started off his speech by saying that there are 500 websites currently blocked by China. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the total number of websites now on the internet, approximately, is about 6.5 billion. So, ladies and gentlemen, 500,000 is approximately 100th of 1%. Or, it's actually slightly less than that, but we'll just call it 100th of a percent for the purposes of this debate. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't think that monitoring and blocking 0.01% of websites is going to be that detrimental to the people of China. In fact, countries like Canada and the United States routinely block websites, not of the same content, but they do block websites. We have to remember this before we judge the Chinese and their method of doing things. They also brought up the idea that there may be more blocking in the near future. We can't prove this and we can't disprove this, so it's just a hypothetical and skeptical statement. And the negative team does not believe that it will stand on its own merit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they continue by saying that companies would include such companies as Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft. Google and Yahoo have been used in pretty much every debate that we've come to so far, and we're fairly adequate with that. But Microsoft, that's a really interesting idea, because they said that 90% of Chinese people use Microsoft products. Now, Microsoft has had to pay antitrust laws for violations of antitrust laws for close to a decade now, because they have such a tight monopoly on the computer market.